Recently, there have been a lot of rumors circulated by people who are ignorant politically that the refugees of Rwanda in Uganda will use Rwanda as a base to come and attack, will use Uganda as a base to come and attack Rwanda.
abantu b'ibicucu muri politiki bagiye bavuga ko impunzi z'abanyarwanda ziri mu Uganda zaba zitegura gutera u Rwanda.
This is not possible and it will not happen, and I like to assure all the people here that it will not happen at all.
His Excellency President.
La délégation que je conduis ce jour est une délégation qui a été envoyée par votre homologue.
The delegation that are with him was being sent by your colleague, President Tshisekedi.
Et l'objet de notre visite, comme vous pouvez l'imaginer,
our aim is, as maybe you can know it,
c'est la crise sécuritaire qui sévit aujourd'hui dans notre pays.
It's about the crisis, security crisis we have in our country.
Avec la recrudescence du conflit armé avec le M23.
All you know about the army conflict with the M23.
Une recrudescence du conflit où nous considérons que ce groupe a des soutiens étrangers.
And that conflict, we think that the M23 have the support of some foreigner groups.
Country.
So, foreigner country, please.
Excellence, Monsieur le Président de la République.
His Excellency the President.
Notre présence ici se justifie par le fait que
our President's presence here, we justify it.
Nous sommes parfaitement conscients de votre influence dans la sous-région.
We are really conscious with your influence in the region.
Et nous sommes convaincus que
and we are very sure that
il est difficile qu'une solution soit trouvée en dehors de vous.
We can't get a solution without you.
Donc nous sommes là pour échanger avec vous.
That's why we are here to exchange with you, His Excellency.
Sur les pistes de solution par rapport à cette crise.
About how to find the solution to end this crisis.
Now,
maintenant,
this is something I would like to share with you.
Ça c'est quelque chose que je voulais partager avec vous.
We have been fighting wars for a long time.
Nous avons été en guerre pendant longtemps.
I think almost for the last 50 years.
Je crois pendant au moins 50 ans.
Here in Uganda.
Ici en Ouganda.
And sometimes in the neighboring countries also.
Ben aussi dans des pays voisins aussi.
If you want to fight and win,
si tu veux vraiment te battre et gagner,
you must fight a just war.
Tu dois faire la guerre avec une guerre juste.
Guerre juste. So, before we get involved in any conflict,
avant de se mettre à se mêler dans un conflit,
we look at because normally the war is sometimes, most of the time, from politics.
Souvent les guerres viennent de la politique.
Then we look at the issues.
Et puis vous regardez les sujets.
And then we decide what to do.
Et maintenant vous décidez qu'est-ce qu'il faut faire.
Whether to use peace,
ou bien vous utilisez la paix,
talks,
ou bien le dialogue,
or fight, or both.
Ou bien se battre, ou bien le tout.
So I want to congratulate His Excellency Tshisekedi.
Je voulais féliciter l'Excellence Tshisekedi
for resisting the pressure which I hear was being put on him.
Pour avoir réduit la pression qui était sur lui,
not to work with Uganda,
ne pas vous travailler avec les Ougandais,
solve that problem.
Voilà, pour trouver une solution.
Now, this one here can be solved.
Cette histoire ici, on peut trouver une solution.
But you should also look at our own long experience.
Et il faut voir aussi notre longue expérience.
My proposal,
ma proposition,
is to solve this problem completely.
Trouver une solution d'une façon complète.
Have ceasefire in place.
Mettre un cessez-le-feu en place.
Where they are now.
Là où ils sont.
No more fighting.
Pas de combat.
And then the Kenyans come in.
Les Kenyans vont venir.
And then that disengagement you are talking about takes place.
Et à ce moment-là, on va diviser les forces.
And then we solve the whole problem.
Et on va trouver une solution dans ces problèmes-là.
Today, the government of Libya announced the death of Muammar Gaddafi.
To the place where Gaddafi was finally captured at this point, but he was still very much alive. From here, they took him to another location, and everybody we've spoken to says he remained alive at that point.
Mr. President, I started fighting Gaddafi before you started. I started fighting Gaddafi before you started. President, I started fighting Gaddafi before you started. I started fighting Gaddafi before you started.
How would you have it with Burkina Faso? How would you have it with Mali? How would you have it with the Central African Republic? How would you have it with Eastern Congo, that Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo? Those traitors who took over after, that's what I was telling His Excellency Tshisekedi. You need to decide. Are you on the side of the traitors, or are you on the side of the freedom fighters? Because that's how they end up. They just come, they end up being nothing. Because traitors cannot be, the first thing, the traitors cannot build an army.
Dividing the people of Rwanda, who have got a common language and culture, was hatched and promoted in the form of sectarianism. While there could have been antagonistic relations between the rulers, Abayinginya and other nobles, and I think the others are called abattoir, the abattoir. On the one hand, and the people, there could be no antagonistic relations between ordinary Batutsi and ordinary Bahutu. After the problems of Rwanda started in 1959, some circles in Europe and here also tried to present it as a social revolution. But a social revolution cannot be between the oppressed, fighting the oppressed. One day we shall get time and talk about this more when we have got more time. The ordinary Hutus and the ordinary Tutsis were all oppressed by the system, in as far as the system was oppressive. Those groups, the lower groups, the Tutsis and the Hutus, had a symbiotic relationship that I've talked about above. Specialization in production and then exchange of goods. That's why we talked of the cultivators and the cattle keepers. You could not have an ordinary Mututsi extorting tribute from an ordinary Muhutu. Would an ordinary Muhutu take a maturo, that's what they call it in Kinyarwanda, to an ordinary Mututsi? You should answer that if you are old enough. The answer, I know, is no. The Amaturo was from the small people, Tutsi Hutu, to the chiefs. It is only the rulers that will take tribute, Amaturo, from both the Tutsis and the Hutus. Using their military force, when these problems were going on, I was old enough, and I was living nearby in Ntungamo. The people from the border, from Kamwezi, Kizinga, in 1959, they came telling us about Kakomankonji. Kakomankonji was the language, the word the Banyankwere gave, and I think also the Banyarwanda, gave the helicopter, that there was a plane called Kakomankonji induced to follow and kill people. Now, Kaibanda did not have Kakomankonji that time. So whose Kakomankonji was this? Using their military force, the colonists supported a criminal sectarian group of Grigwa Kaibanda, whom they had trained in their seminaries in Europe, to take power and launch the first genocide of 1959 to 1963. That genocide, apart from killing hundreds of thousands, produced a Tutsi diaspora that eventually numbered 1 million. The reactionary regime told these people, this diaspora, that they could not go back to their country because it was overcrowded. When that bankrupt group was challenged by the RPF, their answer was genocide. In spite of killing 1 million people, the traitor criminal regime could not defeat the revolutionary forces. They fled to link up with their ideological colleague Mobutu Sese Seko Kuku Wazabanga Wambembu. Of Congo Kinshasa. Well, I have used Mobutu's full names because these days you are not giving him his full names because he's not here. He was called Mobutu Sese Seko Kuku Wazabanga Wambendu. That is the tragic story of Rwanda, of Burundi, of Congo, of Uganda, of Sudan, and so on, where local reactionaries link up with foreign parasitic interests to cause hemorrhage of life on an unimaginable scale in Africa, and do so with impunity. I want to congratulate the people of Rwanda and the RPF for defeating these traitors and ensuring that they will never come back to kill the people of Rwanda again. We all can witness the economic growth in Rwanda and its stabilization. As a veteran patriot of this area, I would like to warn those who hobnob with the genocidaires to know that they will have to contend with the patriotic forces that defeated the traitors with their external backers when they were still much weaker. We are now much stronger in every sense of the word. We are much stronger politically, militarily, socially, and even economically. The people of Rwanda should know that they can always count on the people of Uganda. Uganda is steadfast in the support for the African emancipation. I again congratulate the RPF for defeating the traitors. I call them traitors because they created unprincipled and pseudo-contradictions among the Banyarwanda. It is good that you have transcended that phase by relying on patriotism to defeat sectarianism. I wish you continued prosperity. I thank you.
The National Political Party, because they are sectarian, tribes, religion. Because of that, they can't build an army. So, how will you have anything without an army, without a party, without... so I think really the ANC should think along with us how to see how to move some of these situations, how to work together. In Eastern Congo now we have intervened with our army there. We can help them. But there are what we cannot do, which can only be done by the locals, to build an army, to build a militia force. They fear militia force. When you say we build a militia force, oh, it will turn against us.
Le peuple doit se mobiliser. Tout le monde. se préparer pour confronter l'ennemi. Dans chaque village, les gens doivent prendre les armes, même les armes traditionnelles, les flèches, les lances et autres choses. L'essentiel est d'écraser l'ennemi, parce que sinon on va devenir l'esclave de ce petit messier de Hutu, de Tutsi plutôt. C'est donc clair qu'on doit se défendre et qu'on est obligé de se battre sur son propre territoire d'abord, pour éjecter dehors les agresseurs.